Down here on the 40, Wiz.
As we get set for the Titans and the Warriors, it was the Warriors who won the toss. They elected to receive so the Titans will be kicking from right to left of screen.
There you go. Kick.
And we're underway here in Lismore. So kick-off there from the Titans. And it's the Warriors to bring it back through. Whenua Blake, their new signing. Of course, he was in some great form before coming to the Warriors.
Was big body from Manly, one they didn't want to let go. Wanted a new home, actually wanted to live in New Zealand, but he's not going to get that opportunity for a little while.
Played by another new recruit there, Montoya, and here it is for the Warriors. Some good meters early from them. Tohu Harris up to the 40. A real leader at the Warriors these days, Tohu Harris. Here's Whenua Blake again, wrapped up by Proctor and also Ash Taylor.
Hold it, boys, hold. Go.
Last tackle, and that's kicked by Sean O'Sullivan, who's come across from the Roosters, playing halfback tonight. No Harris Tavita for the Warriors, and taken by Anthony Don for the Gold Coast Titans. Their leading try scorer with 81, Anthony Don. 15 metres out centre field, their first sit of 6. Here it is with Thompson.
Good start for the Warriors. All their big bodies got a touch. In fact, Whenua Blake got 2. Harris, Tonua Brown the other. Titans go wide. Offload!
Offload by Brian Kelly to AJ Brimson. Brimson tackled 35 metres out. Brian Kelly, of course, here he is again. He hails from Lismore, Darryl.
Great offload there. Right edge defence for the Warriors tested. Attacking zone, Fogarty.
Inside pass to Wallace from Fogarty. And last tackle, it's been a very encouraging opening set from the Titans. Here's Ash Taylor, grubber, came off Whenua Blake, and 6 again, says referee Ben Cummins.
Yeah, good positioning here for Adam Whenua Blake. Not normally that far out wide, puts the foot out.
Here he is, Fasua Malaawi.
Big Tino.
Getting amongst it early. The Queenslander played Origin in 2020, and now it's with Fotuaika. Only metres out from the try line.
6 again.
Indeed, Darryl, and here's Rain having a go from dummy half.
Well, this is a win here for the Warriors to be held up here, pretty much back-to-back sets. Add another one in with another set of 6. Rain, questionable to go yourself there.
So the Titans now exploring the short side, and here's David Fifita, a 20-year-old $1 million recruit.
He's got some pizzazz, hasn't he? A little bit of a skip there with the footwork.
He certainly does. Short pass, there's Fasua Malaawi again. Fasua Malaawi to play it. Centre field. And Proctor, the co-captain, off the pass from Taylor. Wrapped up by Nikarima and also Peter Hiku from the Warriors. As they go back centre field here, Gold Coast, Fogarty finds Fifita, yes, offload away from Fifita to Fotuaika. They got numbers here. Oh, try saver from Mamalo. They'll get a fresh set of 6, Darryl, but he saved a try there for his team.
He so needed to be there. The big arms of Kenny Mamalo. Now they go to the left. This is Wallace.
I hear they call him Boom Boom Mamalo, Darryl.
Boom Boom. He's a big thing. He comes again and again.
Here they go, the Titans. Fogarty to Fifita again. Is that a sign of things to come in 2021 with those two linking up? Fotuaika, the decoy, through the hands. Wallace, Taylor, Brimson. Tackle needed to be made, and it was by Cody Nikarima. As Taylor finds Fasua Malaawi.
Good shift by the Titans. Defensively, Nathan Brown will be really happy.
Again, Taylor tries that little grubber kick. It's a bouncing ball and just a little bit too much breakfast on that one. Kelly was coming through, and the Warriors will be relieved.
2 right-footed halves for the Titans. Sees Ash Taylor on one side on the left here, and Fogarty generally on the right. So he takes it to the line. It's a left foot kick to put through. Didn't quite judge it well enough. Plenty of action from Big Tino.
Indeed, looking fit. Tino Fasua Malaawi, of course, coming across with David Fifita.
So important for the Warriors to get to a kick here after defending some, I think, maybe 25 tackles there, back to back. And here to get a kick and maybe hold them inside the half.
Here's Marcelo Montoya, the Fiji international, taking it up to the 40-metre line inside Titans territory. Tuivasa Sheck, the captain. And another 6 to go here. So the Warriors with a big chance, and Fanua Blake gets the offload away to Harris, who finds Mamalo.
The offload was good, and if the pass was out in front there, it was a difficult pass for Tohu Harris. Ken would have had some space.
Aiken a dummy half. And here's Bailey Sirinen.
Anthony space. Here, boys, here. Go 2.
Bailey Sirinen coming across from the Rabbitohs in the off-season for the Warriors. Now it's with Taunoa Brown. Jermaine Taunoa Brown only a metre out from the try line. Egan Nikarima. Sweeping pass over the top, and he was looking for Montoya.
Nearly passed it to the touchy. He was always headed for touch, Marcelo.
Taken was Montoya as the Warriors again infield through Curran, who found Sean O'Sullivan to play it. Only 5 out, last tackle. Nikarima to Taunoa Brown, got the pass away, and he couldn't find Hiku. And the Titans come up with it through David Fafita.
That's a poor mistake. It was a really nice pass there from Josh Curran to find the halves partner in Sean O'Sullivan. Here again on the left.
Corey Thompson steps inside. Did well against Curran there. Curran goes again. Again, the Titans having some success, Darryl, against that right edge Warriors defence.
Yeah, Peter Hiku and also Marcelo Montoya holding that edge together, and only just holding it together.
Go 1, good mate. 1.
A rain to Fasua Malawi.
Here, boys. Go 2.
Tino.
Adam, you're not straight.
Grew up in Gympie in Queensland. Of course, represented the Maroons last year.
Still 2.
And here's Fodawaker.
There's an air player on the rise.
He certainly is. Rain to Fogarty, and Taylor couldn't handle it. The pressure from Mamalo, who just read the play really well defensively.
Big Kenny Mamalo realised in 2018 he wanted to be a more aggressive defender on that left edge. He'd been sort of criticised a little bit. His defence hadn't been up. All his attacking skills and what have you were fantastic. And now look at this read. He's actually going for the intercept, and just doing that puts the pressure on young Ash Taylor, which is a pretty simple catch and pass. And try to be scored. By being in that space, taking ownership of that area, does a good job, Ken.
Of course, Ken Mamalo, 2019 Dally M Winger of the Year. 25 years after the great Darryl Halligan took home the same award in 1994. And here he is on cue.
Yeah. I think he got 17 tries that year as well. It was his best try scoring year. I mean, Fusatua got 23 in 23 games a year later. Roger. Still got the footwork.
Taken by Proctor. Here's Hiku.
Sort of just starting to find its pace, this game, isn't it? It was pretty frantic there for the first 6 minutes.
We had a few, as we see 6 more. We had a bit of rain during the week here in Lismore, but the ground's come up really nicely for this one tonight, Darryl.
Great angle there. Sorry, Adam Fanua Blake going in behind the ruck, and this is Curran. Josh Curran, so he plays on the right edge, and this is the growth in the Warriors. They've got big bodies up front, but your back rowers need to get in and cut some work as well.
So nice quick ball here from the Warriors, and the referee's seen a forward pass.
And that was your other edge back rower, and Bailey Sirinen working the left. Good style of football.
Middle, we're going to middle, Warriors.
Last pass, adjudicated to be forward. Let's have a look. Sean O'Sullivan goes to the line, Taunoa Brown goes through.
Let's get a bit quicker in these scrums.
Get a few more cameras though.
Looks like it was a pass from Nikarima to Bailey Sirinen, perhaps at Ben Cummins, adjudicated as forward.
Okay, 10 seconds. Okay, bind it in properly. Wade, bind in.
Of course, one of the new rules for the NRL this season, the referee will call break when he's satisfied the ball is out of the scrum, and the players can get on with the game immediately once the referee calls break, as we just saw there. 6 more.
He's always been a favourite of mine, Corey Thompson, since he was back at the Dogs, but he's such a worker, and there you just see him get a quick play of the ball, 6 again, weaving his way around through traffic.
Here's Fasua Malawi, making some metres after contact there into Warriors territory. They centre through Wallace out the back. Fogarty dummies, and Fogarty's through for the Titans. Fogarty dumbing to Don inside, still going. Tuivasa Sheck and Aitken are there, and they drive him into touch.
Okay, one effort.
The massive hole that made two busts, the Titans, on this left-hand side with Philip Sammy. And Fogarty taking the ball to the line on the right. Let's pick it up as they go. Wallace is the passer, goes out the back. Ewan Aitken gets just a little bit ahead of Sean O'Sullivan, who couldn't quite link with him. And from here, well, they get plenty of numbers in the frame, and Roger attacks the football. They shift him into touch. Warriors have needed some scramble D here in the first 10 minutes of this trial in Lismore.
Yeah, Aitken just misreading that one, Darryl, but he did get back to make the try saver with Tuivasa-Sheck.
Big Ken comes in for some work. Depending how many minutes he plays, he'll be headed for 20+ carries. This is Marcelo Montoya. Had a really good pre-season after coming off a serious leg injury and was one of the fittest Warriors in the pre-season. It's Josh Curran with the headgear.
Josh Curran, former Sydney Rooster. I think he only played one game for the Roosters, Darryl.
Yeah, and then he had a mid-season transfer that year, 2019, to the Warriors. Harris cops a big, heavy blow. Is that from Mo Fotuika?
And for Suamala-Awi also in the tackle. So last here, and O'Sullivan puts it high. Don is underneath it for the Titans. Wrapped up, though, by Bailey, Sirinen and Aitken.
Yeah, good kick. Nothing that Don could do. The two players on him as soon as he caught it and driven backwards. And now there's, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 Titans players still trying to get back on side. War of attrition this game.
Playing it there, Patrick Herbert, former Warrior. First season with the Gold Coast. And here's David Fafita.
Yeah, comes from Gisborne. Paddy Herbert, as does Peter Hiku.
Here's Wallace, offload away to Taylor, who fires the pass out to Proctor. He juggled it, the co-captain, but fortunately for him, he caught it in the end, taken by Montoya.
They so like this left edge, don't they, the Titans? They've had two busts down here already. On that particular occasion, Marcelo Montoya was caught way back. It was early in the tackle count. He had no other reason, really, to be dropping back to cover a kick. So they get out of jail again.
Usual, mate. Marcus, push up.
So again, we'll see a play the ball straight away instead of a scrum here. They've had success, the Titans, Darryl, on both sides of the field early, haven't they, against the Warriors' defence?
They've been prepared to shift the football. Had a wealth of possession in the Warriors' 20 early on. But now, here we are. This is O'Sullivan.
And Harris taken to the 20. And a big shout out and hello to all our viewers watching on Sky Sports New Zealand. Watching their beloved Warriors. Here they are on the attack, New Zealand. Sirinen it is. Wrapped up there by Fogarty. And here's Fanua Blake. One of the most damaging ball runners in the NRL. Warriors fans will be expecting big things from Adam Fanua Blake in 2021. It's with Hiku now. Thompson raced up and made the tackle. Step from Tuivasa-Sheck, little kick. Oh, the Titans have made a meal of it, have they? Wallace couldn't take it. Might just be a knock-on against the Titans. We'll see what Cummins rules here.
No, he's got a knock-on by the Warriors here on the last play option. Whether Roger got it to his foot properly or a hand got there. Let's have a look. It was really, really messy. Horrible service out of dummy half for that last play option. The Warriors, the ball hitting the ground. The good thing is now the Warriors have asked the Titans to go back-to-back sets of 6 coming out of their own end. Let's have a look how much details in the wrestle and the tackle. Speed of the play the ball. This is Mitch Rain stealing 12 yards himself. Still allowed to say yards or metres?
You can say whatever you want when your name's Darryl Halligan. Here's for Suamala-Awi. He's been heavily involved, the former Storm player. Tino. And
Big Mo, they can't put him down. Look at the leg drive.
Another player who's been
this is not good. Wade Egan, maybe a stinger on the shoulder.
Fogarty puts it up high. We'll come back to Egan, Darryl. And that was, might have been a knock-on there from the Titans. Play on the call.
It's definitely knocked towards the Warriors line, wasn't it?
Change over.
Well, we only just spoke about the fact that Egan, there's not much cover at hooker for the Warriors this year.
Carl Lawton, I think he did an ACL in the last practice session before Christmas.
Wait there, Roger.
So he will be
Two
out for some
markers.
time into the
Just tell me when he's off,
start
mate.
of the season. And Wade's getting escorted from the field here
Stay
on
here.
the sideline. So that'll throw Jazz Tavanga into the match, I would imagine. And perhaps the other player on the bench who will play there will be Paul Turner, one of the youngsters that's in camp with them.
0.
6 again is Big Ken. I can only get one leg of them. This is Ewan Aitken, a real specialist out of dummy half.
Hold here. Go 0.
Now, don't forget, Titans fans, the 4-game Flexi membership. You can attend any 4 games with the flexibility to select your matches throughout the season, all for just $113. Go to titans.com.au for terms and conditions.
Clean it up.
The Warriors just made 50 metres right up through the middle of the ruck.
Boys here. Go 1.
With Nicarima now, he just held up the pass. Curran wasn't expecting it. Proctor able to retrieve possession. There's Egan, Darryl.
Yep, it's a sight the coach won't want to see. Limited options, as we've just discussed. And the dummy half role for the Warriors. However, that always provides someone the opportunity. Let's see who will help Jazz out for the rest of this match. Corey Thompson, a little skip as he gets to the line.
Back and hold, boys. Here. Wait here. Wait. Go 2.
Oh boy, that's just gone behind for Suamala Awi. Backwards the call. Here's David Fafita, beats the first tackle. Aitken in the end brought him down.
Go 3.
Help from Bailey Sirinen as well. Here's Tino for Suamala Awi again. And for Suamala Awi is through. Oh, shut the gates. Tino for Suamala Awi. Too big, too fast, too strong.
Fantastic. Fasua Malawi. What a fantastic name. Good speed. I think there's a horrible attempt to tackle here from Tohu Harris, who just tries to grab him up front. He does, and he skips to the outside of Josh Curran. Then he's got some space. Peter Hiku can't quite get back to him, and then bang. What about the big palm on Tuivasa Shek? Not much Roger could do, to be fair. He's not going to stop him that close to the line, so he should have a crack at the football. But he gets a palm right on the chest. Boom. Great stuff. Good movement of the ball from side to side as well. Carrying in the right arm and then across to the left. Oh, Melbourne, why did you let him go?
Well, you couldn't get a better start for your new club, could you? Tino Fasua Malaawi. And just a little bit of a shimmy there at the very end. Darryl, change of pace, and he was good enough to, he had work to do. He was good enough to make the try line. Well,
previously in that set, he actually missed a catch that went behind him, and he got in and took another carry, the very next carry. Fafita picked it up and carried it a little bit more. And then he got back involved again and gets the spoils, doesn't he? Ash Taylor, very, very good goal kicker. Or it's Jamal, should I say, Fogarty. Blessed with 2 good goal kickers in that case.
So Fogarty moves in, makes no mistake, and the new co-captain converts, and it's the Gold Coast Titans leading the New Zealand Warriors here after just under 18 minutes, 6 points to 0.
Quite a rise, didn't he, last year, Jamal? First grade, he's a little bit of a late developer into the halves. 20 games now on the NRL, 27 years of age.
Mate, come back to me, mate. Hey, Roger, I
See
appreciate
if the Warriors
he's
can
lost
bounce
it,
back from the first
okay,
blow.
So. This time you run
There he
here.
is, the try scorer. 6-0 here at Lismore.
Time you run. When you're ready, Peter.
Peter Hiku to kick off here for the New Zealand Warriors.
Haven't seen a lot of Anthony Don, have we, here this afternoon? Caught a high ball, hasn't had too many runs so far.
Right
The Don.
outside, right here,
Rarely
just
makes a
hold.
mistake,
Go.
does he?
Oh yeah, Mr. Consistent. We'll call him the Rock.
So that was Fotuaika with the first hit up. Then Wallace gets the offload away to Brimson. Brimson, another player like Fasua Malawi, who represented Queensland in 2020. Here's Taylor.
Certainly, Justin Holbrook's given his side and his forward pack the licence to shift the ball deep in their own half. Little offloads, long shifts.
Yes, we've certainly seen that early on as we see another hit up by Mweki Fotuaika.
Wait now, wait. Held it. Go 4.
A range short side Fogarty, and then coming back on the angle Patrick Herbert, the former Warrior.
Last one. That's it. Good, mate.
Last tackle on Fogarty puts it up. It's a good kick, and the Don, Anthony Don takes it inside the Jared Wallace, and Wallace scores for the Titans. And that was, we were just talking about Anthony Don, Daryl, and that's what he can do to you.
Look where he chases this kick, from the inside of the kick. He's on the right of Fogarty, who puts it up. And the Don, well, it's a one-on-one contest with Ken Mamalo, and up he goes. He's played 145 games, the Don, scored 85 tries himself, and offloads this one to Jared. Jared's got a good personality about him. He'd be saying he ran 40 metres to score a try, just like Tino. Wasn't quite that length, my friend. All the work done by Anthony Don. Lovely work.
Lovely work from the Don, as you said, Chook. And Jared Wallace, well, he was part of the build-up. Of course, he got that offload away, which enabled the Titans to make some metres as well. There he is, Jared Wallace, the try scorer for the Titans. Played 6 games for Queensland, looking to get back into that origin conversation in 2021.
When you add some starch to your pack for the year, puts a little bit of pressure on the pack that was there previous. Now, Jared's obviously got some competition to be top dog in the pack here at the moment with Dave Fafita and the likes of Sua Malaawi. And it brings out the best in him. It really does. It brings out the competitive nature that you want.
Are you surprised Herbert didn't get the goal kicking at the Titans?
Yeah, Paddy's a good goal kicker. While he was first choice for the Warriors at times last year, I think Justin probably wants to keep and give the confidence to his halves. Paddy, you know, he's got to start here in the centres today. It's a pretty easy one for Jamal to knock through. But you want your #1 goal kicker kicking most of the goals during the year, so it's not something you should chop and change around. I think that Hooters are going to have a break, are we?
Going to have a quick drinks break here. We'll be doing it every 20 minutes in this one. Of course, the Titans, Daryl, they've got an embarrassment of riches almost when it comes to goal kicking. Ash Taylor as well. But Jamal Fogarty, of course, he was just announced only yesterday as a co-captain along with Kevin Proctor for 2021. And he's won the goal kicking duties there. And well, so far, he's been flawless. But
2 easy ones won't sell the story for the year for Jamal, but he's the most composed half on the field, so he's probably best suited in those positions. You know, it doesn't faze him when he has a negative experience either. He jumps through it pretty quickly. He's a little bit more mature than some of the others. But they've shifted the ball really, really well in the first 20 minutes here in the Titans, and they've given some opportunities, particularly on their left, the Warriors' right. And the Warriors have made most of their yards right up through the middle. Some of their big men have had many touches, which is good. Mamalo's been good. And of course, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck hasn't had too many touches from him yet. They haven't had quite the ball that the Titans have had.
This does present an opportunity for coaching staff to speak with their troops directly. The Warriors in particular, Daryl, we saw the injury to Egan. How do you think they'll come back into this one and I suppose reshuffle? Obviously, they got Tavanga there on the bench.
Well, this next 20 minutes leading into the half will be about ball control, I'd imagine. If they spill a little bit of ball and hand the Titans the football to play with, then they'll only be working on their defence. But for the Warriors, well, Jazz Tavanga will possibly pop in to the dummy half role and start shifting the ball. And they look good. The back rows, we saw a play down here where we had Josh Curran on one edge and they shifted it straight across the middle of the post, only for it to be a forward pass to Bailey Surinam. There was a lot of hands there. There was a lot of bodies pushing up into space. So I'm not sure that, well, I am sure that the Warriors are trying to play the right style of football for what they've got. They just haven't had enough football to do so. And then 2 line breaks early and then 2 late in the half for the Titans. And a couple of good tries.
As we see there, the Titans camp. There's Brad Davis there, Palm Beach Currumbin coach. And have a look at the hill. They love it here in northern New South Wales, their rugby league. The Lismore Locals. And Daryl, great to see rugby league come to northern New South Wales, in particular Lismore. We mentioned Brian Kelly from the Titans is from Lismore, but they love their footy around here, and you spent a couple of days up here too. In fact, you were saying off air, you used to come this way for quite some time on family holidays. Yeah, we had the grand tour yesterday up to Evans Head and then across to Casino and back through Lismore to Ballina where the team stay. But it's fantastic that we see close to 5,000 people here for the first time in Lismore since COVID. And it's just great to see the community get out and enjoy themselves.
Okay, just stay behind it.
Set for a restart here.
Kick.
So 12-0, the Titans lead the Warriors, and we see the restart taken by Don. Of course, had that try assist in the Wallace try, and here's Fodawaker, another Titan who has been impressive in the first 20 minutes for them. Here's Wallace.
Fodawaker's got 50 games up as a front row, and he's only just over 20 years old. He played his debut game as an 18-year-old. Here's KP, more experienced. Kevin Proctor, left edge.
Right here, mate, hold here.
Fodawaker, another player who made his Queensland Origin debut in 2020, just like this man did. Vasua Malaawi.
They handle him this time, 3 in the tackle.
Sirinen, and there is Jazz Tavanga. If tempers flare, Daryl, you can always expect Tavanga won't be too far away as we see a Titans error.
It is, pass at the line that couldn't be caught. This is Jack Murchie on for the Warriors, so I dare say he made it come on at the expense of Bailey Sirinen, perhaps. This is Tui Vasashek, straight up the middle.
Hold here, boys, straight there, straight. Good mate, one.
Boom, boom, on his way, Mamalo.
Yeah, there he is, Mamalo. Only 20 metres out here, centre field. The Warriors are. Tohu Harris has spilt the bickies. And, well, they let off the Titans there. And they were looking dangerous too, Daryl, the New Zealand Warriors.
Don't see that too often. Tohu is mistake-free most of the time. Had Murch pushing up on the edge beside him. There's players on the outside as well, in terms of Ewan Aitken. Wasn't a lot of space as the Titans did come up. Pretty simple error.
Okay, let's go over here, gents. We're over here. That's right, yeah, that's fine. Well, you get, he's pretty quick.
He's key for the Warriors, Tohu Harris, through this season. And with the departure of Roger at the end of the year, I hope they start looking towards Tohu as being the next leader.
Hold there, Mitch, you too, mate.
You'd certainly have to think he'd be in that captaincy conversation. Tohu Harris, 167 first-grade games.
Josh now! Right here, boys, here.
Lovely little step here from Philip Sami. Got a good left foot.
Hold your left edge. Yeah.
I guess Vasua Malaawi again was the offload. Brimson.
Yeah, Brimson out to Kelly.
Patrick now! Here, boys, here, come on,
had some success on this near broadcast side early on, the Titans in this one. Here's Proctor, the co-captain.
Give me space! Right here, mate. Go, Adam, good, mate. Good, 3.
One of the nicest blokes off the field you'll meet, Kevin Proctor. Goes out now to David Fafita. Well, he got rid of O'Sullivan like a rag doll.
It's a speed bump.
Indeed, he was a bit of a speed bump there as Fogarty goes inside to Fodawaker. Taken by Tavanga.
Here, Josh. Go.
Also there was Bailey Sirinen in the tackle. Fogarty goes high. And Mamalo safely takes that in his own end goal.
Not a great kick, just too deep. Had plenty of time to kick the football as well. Would have put many of those up in this pre-season, Jamal. Not getting that one right. Won't go down too well. This is Montoya. Not the heavier swinger. Good height, good athleticism, Montoya. Debuted back in 2017 for the Bulldogs in Dunedin. I actually handed him his jumper.
Hold here, wait. Go one.
To Avasa Sheck.
Quicker. Here, boys, come on here. Wait here.
35 out
Milking, go 2.
from his own line. The Warriors. Harris works to O'Sullivan, and here's Murchie, the 23-year-old.
Go 3.
Originally from Bateman's Bay on the south coast of New South Wales. Here's Fanua Blake.
Here, boys, here, come on,
They'll be expecting big things from Fanua Blake at the Warriors this year. Huge signing for them. Nikarima to Avasa Sheck. Beats one. Gets the pass away. The attempt to tackle from Thompson. It's with Hiku now on the last.
Back foot, hold here. Go.
Peter Hiku to play it. Tavanga back to O'Sullivan off the left foot. Puts it high. Chase is coming through. And guess who? It's that man again, Anthony Don. Safe as houses, Chook.
I mentioned him earlier and said we hadn't seen a lot of him. Then he went up and caught a high ball and offloaded for Jared Wallace to score a try. And now he saves a try, in essence. That's the value of that man there. The Don is good. I'm loving the fact that both these teams aren't playing with shape. They're not holding a front runner for the play out the back. They've had a lot of tip-ons, a lot of shifts early, a lot of back rowers coming running on edges, and everyone pushing up around the ball. It was a messy offload, was it? Or knocked out? AJ picking it up around the back. It was Jared Wallace just maybe taking one step too far. He's offloaded 2 or 3 times already in this match. The low tackle does the damage.
Yeah, good shot there from the Warriors defence. Might have been Fanua Blake. And of course, yeah, as you say, Darryl, it's great to see both these sides have been given the licence to throw the footy around clearly in this first half. I mean, that's what trials are for, aren't they? To experiment and get a look at your players.
This is the best start for field position for the Warriors for a set of 6, so let's see what they do with it. 35 out.
Thanks, AJ.
No step inside from Ewan Aiken.
Good run. Aggressive. Leg pump. Still going.
Got away from Fogarty and Fodawaker. Eventually Herbert and Fafita wraps him up as Tavanga goes to Fanua Blake. Legs pumping.
He's like the coal train, isn't he?
Here's O'Sullivan. Nikarima, short pass here to Curran. And Josh Curran scores for the New Zealand Warriors. And they're right back in it.
Just coming back and leaking in.
Lovely work.
So just make sure you
great footy. Nice little tip on. The charge from Ewan Aiken from the run to get it started. Quick play the ball. Then come Fanua Blake. Sullivan out to his halves partner, Nikarima. And then a nice line from Joshy Curran. Playing in the back row, sitting himself on the right edge. We mentioned he'd come through the Roosters system. Spent a couple of years in Auckland, didn't get a lot of opportunities last year up in Terrigal. Bided his time. And they tell me he's had a pretty good pre-season and off-season this year, even though it's only a short one. Now starting to pay some dividends.
Just a weekend event. Thanks for that. How we going, man?
Yeah, great ball running there from Curran. Just the right angle, and he certainly took some stopping, and he was too good in the end. And
that's good. Just keep
reward for perseverance by the Warriors there. Just a couple of mistakes letting him down, but then when they held the footy, they showed how dangerous they can be.
Well, it was good. We questioned them at the start of the set and said it was their best start for field position from the scrum, 35 out in the middle. We wanted to see what sort of footy they had in them. Cody Nikarima, he'll be a little bit nervous with his first kick at goal. Sees it go over. But when you see a back rower like Josh Curran, and they're playing Bailey Suranen on the other side this year,
it's promising to be a fantastic season for Gold Coast supporters this year, so why not join the Legion, Titans fans? 2021 season memberships are available now. Just head to titans.com.au/membership.
The game back in the swing of things, just 6 points up, 2 tries to 1. A little bit of breeze in the favour of the Warriors here in this first half.
The
left foot of Paddy Herbert.
When you're ready, Patrick.
Get us back underway.
Kick. Sorry.
Herbert, and it's a tricky kick to handle, but they did okay in the end there. The Warriors. It's Tuivasa Sheck handing off there to Fanua Blake.
Nice to see this man back on the football field. Lisan Armau.
In fact, Lisan Armau it was. Apologies.
Yeah. Had a season ended by injury last year and a horrible pec injury. Saw him travel home alone and do all his quarantine and what have you. Got himself back together. First hit out for the year. This is Murchie.
He's had some solid runs since coming on the field as Jack Murchie. Following on from his impressive 2020. This will be the last tackle for the Warriors after scoring points. And the kick goes high and taken there by Philip Sami. Of course, the Titans here, well, they'll have to come out from their own try line, but they're not afraid, as we've seen, to throw the ball away, around. And here's Herbert. Big tackle there, shot from Aiken.
It was a good shift. Got to the outside of Mamalo, who turned and chased again. Philip Sami's having a fine match. He got that all started here on the left. This is Fotuaika. Tip on out wide, could have been. Brimson chased through.
And now it's with the Titans, and they're making some nice meters straight up the guts here. Mitch Rain it was, plays it. Tyrone Peachy's on. Fogarty on the last. This got a bit too much on it again. That just holds up in time. And there's Tuivasa Sheck to bring it back for the New Zealand Warriors.
So this time, Jamal gets the kick right. Roger twisting in the tackle. Marcelo the first into action, followed next by Mamalo. That's the sequence. That's the back three of the Warriors when it's Tuivasa, Shek, Fusatura and Mamalo.
Mamalo plays it. And the Warriors now. Ewan Aiken.
This is R4. Big Bunty, St Paul's College. Quick shout out to Stacey Jones, he'll be watching.
One of 10 children, Bunty Afoa. He's got a few siblings, Daryl.
He won't have much of his footy kit left at Christmas time and in our presents.
So the Warriors, good set after scoring points, and then they've just completed again. And this is what we need to see more from them. They're right in the arm wrestle here. Less than 10 to go, only a converted try in it.
Their outside backs don't have the same aggression and direct lines, do they, as what the Warriors have with Mamalo and even Montoya come here. So you see the likes of Corey Norman there and come and make some metres early on, and Brian Kelly does it really well with footwork.
Play by Peachy on the last, Ash Taylor. And well taken on the full there for the Warriors by Tuivasa Shek. And Roger wrapped up by Fafita and also Jamal Fogarty.
Two great kicking options here for the Titans. The only other kick I can remember Ash Taylor putting in was a little grubber that went too far. So for him to hop in and have a second kick and a nice long one down on this left edge, being a right footer, it's a good option. This is Aitken, is it, Ewan?
It is indeed. What have you made of his performance so far, first outing for the Warriors?
I love the fact that he's a ball runner, but defensively I think he'd be so good for Ken Mamalo on that left. He always has good energy to push up, line speed up. I don't think they'll get caught on that edge too much. And Ken's starting to make some good decisions as we've seen so far here today. Numbers on the outside, Cody goes to the air. Maybe a touch too deep, but they'll take it. Taken 9 metres out. This is Sammy. Ooh.
Philip Sami, Daryl, still to this day the only man I've seen to run down the fox, Josh Addo-Carr.
Don't go running races, I'm normally at the back end.
Well, I wasn't going to go there, Chook. So here it is with Whitbread for the Titans, Jai Whitbread. Originally played his footy with the South Tweed Bears, the front rower. And here's Fasua Malawi, who's having an impressive first half for his new club.
Is he what? Hasn't been a set of 6 where he hasn't had a touch. Some he's had 2. A little bit bunched here, the Titans. Found the metres a little bit harder to come by. Now the kick from Jamal. So the last 2 sets, they've finished close to the 40-metre line, which would suggest that the Warriors are winning the arm battle.
Well, it is a bit of an arm battle or an arm wrestle at the moment, isn't it? We're seeing a bit of open play, and this will be a real good barometer, one would think, for both coaches in Holbrook and Brown to see how their sides respond here. Here's Aiken. Aiken certainly going looking for the footy in this one. Armau offload away to Tavanga. Tavanga beats Peachy. Taken down by Whitbread. 20 metres out, the New Zealand Warriors. O'Sullivan, Nikarima, little left foot kick in behind. Sami's there, bouncing ball. He's got work to do. Here's Sami.
I've got a penalty here for obstruction. Someone was impeded chasing the kick through.
Brian Kelly.
So there you go. Courtesy.
Just held back, mate, just a little one. So
Brian Kelly, it was.
Blocks his run and holds him back.
Oh,
so.
that was Josh Curran. He just checked it out of the way.
Nice work, Wiz.
To the letter of the law, I would imagine. But it was good D. It was a good attack as well.
Just the back here.
Shift to the right, and then the kick in from Nikarima.
With me now.
So the last time they had a restart inside the Titans half, they scored. Let's see if the Warriors can go there again.
Go. Yeah, good to know.
Here they go through Bunty Afoa. 10 metres out, centre field with a full set here, the Warriors. Tavanga, O'Sullivan, Nikarima wrapped up nicely by Fogarty and also Brimson. No, Rain it was in the tackle. Here's Afoa again. This time Brimson and Peachy. Harris, little step at the line.
Hold here.
Proctor over the top for the Titans.
6 again.
6 more tackles. Nikarima off to Hiku. So a real test here for the Gold Coast Titans.
Go 1. Line's good.
And a huge opportunity here for the Warriors as Josh Curran. Well, he's looking for his second.
Go 2.
Only a metre out from the try line. Back to O'Sullivan. Afoa again.
Leaving now, David. Hold here. Hold. Go 3. Tino.
Tavanga from dummy half.
Short, short. He's short.
Just short of the line. It was worth a shot. Gee, he's almost got the ball on the line there, just Tavanga. Afoa back to O'Sullivan. Over the top now to Hiku. And Hiku, tackle needs to be made here by Kelly, and it is. And we've got another 6 here, Daryl Halligan.
This will be the 3rd. Lisa Narmal showing a little bit of footwork. Just shimmies to the left.
Back foot here. Hold, David. Hold.
They sort of lost their structure there, the Warriors, and weren't really sure where they were setting up. The pass to Hiku was too high and took all the time out of the attack. Now they're in midfield. This is Tavanga. Tuivasa-Sheck, no Sullivan.
O'Sullivan, they got another 6 more here. So is that 4 in a row?
Does someone go to the bin soon?
Oh, we saw the face ball there, looking for Mao.
Oh!
And he's ruled a knock on, the referee.
I didn't see the knock on there. So much football for the Titans, just hanging in there on their line. This is it here.
Okay, scrum's here.
Well, it's come off Leeson's shoulder at best.
Arguably went backwards. I mean, well,
no, that's your advantage. Once you play the ball, advantage is gone. So.
Tough. Warriors asking the question, did we have an advantage after the 6 more?
Well, they had 4, 6 again, called in that one period.
No, you're too late on the middle.
And then they get an error off the ref. They needed that, the Titans.
You know what to do here, mate. Yep. No, you know,
anyway, that's the way it goes.
Go and stay in.
Well, the Titans breathe a collective sigh of relief. Scrum to be fed by Fogarty, their co-captain for 2021.
On there.
Rain from the scrum base. And here is the Titans through Philip Sami.
Yeah, well done, 1.
Proctor.
Cody, don't work. Hold here, Jack. Wait here. Go 2.
Kevin Proctor, 22 games for New Zealand in the Test Arena. Here's Peachy for the Titans.
Toe up. Right here, listen. Good, mate. 3.
Rain finds Whitbread, and straight away, Jack Murchie was all over him in defence.
Go 4.
Also there was O'Sullivan. Here's Rain as they go Fogarty to Fafita, and Fafita driven back by Ewan Aitken in a great tackle.
Good, mate, go.
Low tackle, the legs.
Charge down.
Charge down.
6 to go.
So 6 more tackles to the Titans. See, they get another half break there, and Anthony
Great run by Don. Just swooped back to link up, seen the 6 again, because he was chasing to go with the kick before it was charged down. Quick-wittedness of him to jump back and help out. This is Sami, the other winger. Watch out for AJ Brimson. It's been a bit quiet the last 5 minutes, but that doesn't happen too often.
Well, they haven't, a big shot there, and falling was Kelly, but Josh Curran over the top. They haven't got any points to show for it, Darryl, but there was some sustained pressure from the Warriors. We're just starting to see a few cracks in the Titans here, potentially.
Yeah, a little bit of fatigue setting in, perhaps. Lovely footwork
last tackle, up.
On display.
Go.
Last tackle. Fogarty, Taylor. And they get it away here to Kelly, who does beat the attempt there of Peter Hiku. Penalty.
Run behind him.
Kevin Proctor had just absolutely nowhere to go.
You can't make it tackle, mate.
Peter Hiku and Brian Kelly, was
Josh,
it, or Philip Sami, the one-on-one on the outside.
Up,
He steps in there. Nowhere to go for Kevin Proctor. Playing in behind. KP.
Wait for the tap. Yeah, wait for it. Go.
Less than 30 seconds remaining here in the first half. Could be the final possession. It's with the Warriors now.
6 to go.
That's their number 14, Marcelo Montoya. He's come across from the Bulldogs.
Been impressed with Josh Curran. He just got set on his backside and upended. But he's had a good half here on the right edge. Tavanga, Tuivasa Shek.
Who gets it away. Last play of the half here, Daryl. The hooter has gone. Montoya's with it.
Half time.
And that'll be half time here at Oaks Oval, Lismore. It was the Titans with the first 2 tries, but the Warriors responded. And the score at the break, 12 points to 6. The Gold Coast Titans lead. We'll be back with the second half after this short break. Yeah, also Tongan international too, Murdoch Masilla. And there's Afoa on screen in jersey 27 this evening. Second half, it's the Warriors kicking. And we're back underway here. Adam Pompey with the kickoff and the Titans to bring it back. And an opportunity in this second half, Darryl Halligan, to see a few new faces or players we wouldn't have seen a lot of from both these sides.
Yeah, well, you mentioned Adam Pompey, and he's a noted winger, but likes to play a little bit of centre as well. So he looks like he's replaced Peter Hiku on that right edge. So they'll keep Marcelo Montoya on the right wing and play the one they call Wets, Adam Pompey, at right centre.
So here the Titans are taking it over the 40. So changes are plenty from both sides. As we see there, that was Aaron Clark from dummy half. And here's Fafita. Well, he'll be on this broadcast side here in the second half. What have you made from David Fafita so far?
Oh, he just put Sean O'Sullivan, did a little bit of a cartwheel backwards for the second time as a speed bump, and he comes back as the kick goes up from Jamal. Marcelo Montoya doesn't even get a hand on it. This is Adam Pompey. Nice fend as he charges into the defensive line. Had a really good pre-season, this kid, Adam Pompey. Big guy, 6'6", 106, 107 kilos with good pace.
Of course, can goal kick as well. Pompey, O'Sullivan, yeah, on the receiving end of David Fafita. Have you been impressed with Fafita thus far?
I have. I mean, his footwork and skill is unprecedented in a way, and he'll make a mess of you if you give him the time to do so. And he's had a couple of opportunities where he's produced that. And now as we get a penalty here. Actually haven't seen too many penalties in the match, have we? Keep the P a little bit quiet.
Have a look at David Fafita again, and yep, O'Sullivan went flying.
He's got the backing lights on. Beep, beep, beep.
There hasn't been too many penalties, you're right there. I wonder if the 6 again call negates some of that. Yeah,
it does,
a little bit.
for sure.
So here's Aiken now with the tap off the penalty. And here's Fanua Blake, and boy, isn't he an exciting signing for the New Zealand Warriors?
Oh, look, if he can produce those runs in behind the ruck to create the space, a la this here, with the quick hands out the back here. And there's been Murdoch Masilla.
On the phone, Daryl Murdoch Masilla. Almost went all the way. Huge run. And from dummy half there, reaching out, might have been Tuivasa Shek.
Well, you're right on the money, and the importance of Adam Fanua Blake here to create the position and then the speed of the play of the ball for Ben Murdoch Masilla to be a recipient of the pass from Nikarima. There, the footwork, just beautiful. Right foot, way he goes, was good and deep, looking for the offload out the back. And then Roger Tuivasa Shek. I thought he had actually got there and rolled the ball out, but they say there's a knock-on in here somewhere if our replay continues. Rog doesn't often take that option himself. Yes, he was short. What a touch, Ben Murdoch Masilla. They've got a song for him in Warrington. They sing.
Do tell, Darryl.
Yeah, but I'm not a singer. I can't go there.
Well, you clearly got your
sources. The broadcast
sources.
won't keep it anyway.
You've clearly got your sources over there in the Super League, Darryl, because you're absolutely right. Gee, we have a look at Murdoch Masilla. He's in great form by the looks of it.
One touch, won't tell the season, however. See where he is defensively as well.
Inside 40.
Ash Taylor looking for a 40-20. He's nailed that as well.
He has. So Ash Taylor.
Oh, was it? It was Ash Taylor.
It was Ash Taylor, and it was a 40-20, Darryl.
Can excuse us because the lights here on the ground aren't coming on through these shades. The light's good on the coverage, however.
So chance here for the Titans, and the presence of mind from Ash Taylor. Gives them an opportunity to extend their lead. Only 10 minutes out, centre field as Fogarty. Pass away there to Tyrone Peachy, former Shark, former Panther. And here's Clark from dummy half as they go through the hands of Titans. It finishes up with co-captain Kevin Proctor. Clark rummaging around the ruck. It's back to Taylor, who started all this with that 40-20 kick, and back with Peachy centre field. Peachy to play at 5 out. Clark and Titans, and up and in defence there from Aitken, put pressure on Fogarty, and he absolutely poleaxed Fogarty.
Did well, good read. 2 really good tackles here for the Warriors. The first one was Adam Pompey at right centre, and he stopped to try, I think it was maybe Kevin Proctor on the left, and then they shifted it out here to the Titans right. And let me tell you, Aitken was right on top of Ash Taylor here, or Fogarty, was it? Ash, before he even caught the football. That's a good read.
Well, he had a look, Fogarty. There was nothing illegal about that. It was a great shot by Aitken, and he's created the turnover for his team.
Got him in the rib cage. Won't be the first time Jamal gets that this year.
Back there. Just right there.
I like the look of Aaron Clark. No Mitch Rain for the Titans now. Of course, he played for the Warriors early on. Aaron Clark, you'll see him at dummy half. Played a little bit of first grade last year for the Titans. Spent some time in Canberra as well.
That's it, Sam.
Crafty little footballer.
One of 3 former Warriors in this Gold Coast side, as well as Sam Lasoni and, of course, Patrick Herbert.
This is Adam Fanua Blake. I wonder how long Coach Nathan Brown's going to give him.
Roll ball.
Roll ball.
No, here, mate, here. Different ball. Roll ball.
Adam Fanua Blake not playing the football properly. Has gifted possession to the Titans.
Well, let's have a look at the replay here, and just not putting that foot on the football, and it's one of those calls, isn't it, Darryl? You're okay if the referees make it as long as they're consistent.
You're not okay. He didn't put his foot on it. He's gifted possession away. Now they have to do some more defence. End of song. Good field position for the Titans, Jerry.
Indeed. Fogarty, Taylor, and here's Corey Thompson. Former Bulldog, former Tiger.
So Corey shifted to fullback, and AJ Brimson must be off the football field. Justin Holbrook is protecting his fullback, I'd imagine. I've seen enough of him for the day. And now another error in the play the ball.
Going to 50.
Certainly was.
Sorry, mate.
Just been talking him up too.
Jamie, yeah.
Corey Thompson doesn't make too many mistakes.
A hard-working player, much like yourself in your playing days, Chook.
I think he got a few more runs and tackles than I did.
You're a humble man, Darryl. There's Corey Thompson.
Just here in front of us is big Kane Evans warming up. He's about 6'8". He's not the heaviest Tiger in town, but he sort of dwarfs people when he gets on. Kane Evans, he might be getting a boarding pass shortly.
Well, it's been an interesting opening to the second half. Bit of a stop-start one. The Titans had that 40-20. They couldn't convert, and the Warriors will be looking just to get to their kick on this one, you would think.
Yeah.
This set of 6, here it is with Jack Murchie, former Canberra Raider, and here's Fanua Blake.
Jimmy, release.
Oh.
Gee, they went on with the tackle a little bit there. The Titans referee saying Fanua Blake lost it.
That's the 3rd error in a row in the play the ball we've seen. Started with not touching the football in the play the ball from Adam Fanua Blake, and now there were arms all over Adam there trying to play the football.
Hello to our viewers watching on via Sky Sports New Zealand. As we see now a penalty for a little bit of dissent going the way of the Titans.
Oh.
This might not find touch here, Darryl.
It's a how can I say it? It's not a great strike. It's been pleasant. For Ash Taylor, misses touch, doesn't go anywhere near it.
Taken by Montoya, like a good winger does. He was on the ball there, and here's Fanua Blake in a bit of deja vu. This time he holds onto the footy just over the 40-metre line.
Not quite as explosive as what he was in the first half. This has been Murdoch Masilla with plenty of leg drive. He didn't play the first half. There's the difference. A little bit more wrestle over the top from the Titans. Foul with a tip on.
Yeah, got it away to Talnoa Brown, and still with the Warriors here to Avasa. It looks like Bailey Sirenen's playing the 9 here, Chook.
Well, he played a lot of halves as a junior. Gifted three-quarter as well. You're right.
Played by Murchie. O'Sullivan. Bodies in motion. Nikarima away now. And they've kept it alive here. The Warriors, it's with Tuivasa-Sheck, who's providing evasive as ever. So now with Murchie. Last tackle. 5 metres out here, looking to level the Warriors. Sirenen goes back to the left foot of O'Sullivan, who puts it high. Ball's gone backwards. And, well, on the spot there was Taylor. Murdoch Masilla was lurking, and lucky enough, the Titans, they get away with that one.
It was the right side to kick, wasn't it? You wouldn't kick it to Anthony Don. And up they go. Marcelo Montoya not being able to get into the contest. It was Adam Wettery Pompey who got contact, couldn't quite grab it. Oh!
A couple of these Titans players, Darryl, are just having a look. The Warriors, they're an intimidating forward pack at the best of times. And I'll tell you what, again, we saw it with Fogarty with Aitken, and then just having a look there was Patrick Herbert.
Yeah, Paddy Herbert coming off his right centre to jump in and get some yards up. And little Bo Peep before he catches a football. Gives the Warriors good field position. So a lot of errors to start the second half, continuing in the fold, but great position.
And a reward for the Warriors' line speed, it must be said as well, in defence.
Let's see what Sean O'Sullivan and his half partner, Cody Nikarima, have cooked up here.
Like the look of Cody so far?
It's been good. Spread the work around the halves. This is Tuivasa-Sheck, a quick tip on. In the hands from Pompey. Comes off the hands of Philip Sami in defence. So this should be the Warriors' ball again. Such an option, isn't it, when you put RTS on the edge from a scrum? You always know he's going to beat one person. So if you're 3-on-3, then it's going to be 3-on-2 anyway by the time he gets to the outside. Otherwise, you'll burn you on the inside. And that time they just couldn't get the quick pass with the tip on because they'd worked the numbers pretty well. He's a marvel, this man.
Of course, this will be his last season with the Warriors. Tuivasa-Sheck, he signed on to play rugby union in 2022.
Okay, reset, here we go.
The Warriors looking for that equalising try. Here's Aitken.
He's been strong.
Indeed he has. Took 3 Titans to take him down there and been highly involved. Is Murchie. Another player wanting the footy here tonight. Bailey Sirenen in that hooker role for the Warriors. Of course, Wade Egan going off in that first half. Here's Nikarima, gets it away. Tuivasa-Sheck, and just couldn't hold it there was Adam Pompey.
It was a good setup, this. They've done it well. They've been patient once they've got him behind, and then the pass hits the ground. It takes all of the momentum out of the play. Sirenen shifts it to Fanua Blake. Cody steps to the inside, and Rog, well, Adam Pompey, 6'4", we mentioned earlier. He got that one at his ankles. It's a long way down there. Couldn't quite pick it up. Can blame the captain for that one, Adam.
Looking dangerous with the ball in hand, though, the Warriors. A little bit of a momentum shift, it seems.
A little bit of execution required.
The Titans with possession now. Played by Herbert, former Warrior. Here's Anthony Don.
33 years of age, Anthony. You won't like me mentioning that. But a real game breaker. Oh, get that one into your right shoulder, Jack Murchie. Still feeling the effects of it. The big hip. Oh. Is that slamming Sam? Did I hear them say?
Just right there. No, that's where he's injured. Just.
Yep, that is Sony.
The charges with the left edge of his body and mostly the hip.
40, Sam, if you can,
Jack just gets it a little bit wrong. Pays the price.
It all counts, eh? Tackle 3. Tackle 3.
Spent time in Canberra in the grand final winning year, 2018. And wasn't seen a lot and on loan to the Warriors in 2019, Jack Murchie. So he'll end up playing for the Warriors for maybe 2 seasons without actually living there if they stay for the rest of the year. They don't get home till later in the year. He's enjoying his time.
Let's hope he's okay. Back with it with the Titans. Here's Tyron Peachy.
Last one, Marcus. Go, good mate, good Josh.
Last tackle here.
Aaron, Jimmy.
The kick goes up and well taken there by the captain. A little bit of extra sauce in the tackle from Fafita as well for his troubles. Fafita backs it up there. Great take under pressure from Tuivasa-Sheck.
Yeah, the Warriors haven't had to work it out of their own end for the last 6 or 7 minutes, so this will be a good test to drop back into their default pattern. Josh Curran back on the football field at the expense of Jack Murchie, I would imagine. Another taste of it.
Of course, Curran, the lone try scorer for the Warriors thus far in this one. Here's Fanua-Blake again.
Good post-contact meters, isn't it?
Oh, the Warriors fans would be absolutely licking their lips at the prospect of Fanua-Blake this year. All goes high. Philip Sami takes it comfortably. Wrapped up there by Taunoa Brown, the other Warriors prop, and there's Fanua-Blake we just spoke about.
Breakout season, Taunoa Brown, 2020, along with Elisa Katoa. Ooh.
Tackle 2.
A couple of Warriors, or one Warrior player lying in the ruck, competing to play the ball. This is Anthony Don.
Anthony Don played his junior footy just down the road from here for the Grafton Ghosts.
What a great name for a footy team, the Ghosts. Imagine being in a team full of ghosts. Corey Thompson, it's no ghost.
Yeah, one of your favourites, Darryl. Thompson plays it. Here's Peachy at first receiver, up to the 40. The Titans with a bit of a roll on now. Fogarty puts it up high. Probably a little bit too much on that for his liking. Here's Mamalo, who's almost through, is he? Fogarty there, just in time.
Just grabbed him by the coattails. Still gets a quick play of the ball. This is Aitken. Good yards once again. Sullivan drops into dummy half. They come back to Boom Boom. Ken for his second run of the set. Started it after catching the high ball. And Tavanga into the dummy half. Onto our Foa.
Foa, you can't miss him with that hair. Tavanga, Nikarima, now straightening. Here's Tuivasa-Sheck, he's through. Tuivasa-Sheck on the inside to Nikarima. And Cody Nikarima, simply breathtaking. The Warriors are back in this ball game.
What a great setup. Plenty of options for Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. They give him some space and he takes it to the line. A little step there to start with. And right in between Kevin Proctor and Sam Lasoni, I think it was. Then looming up on the inside, Tavanga thought he might get it, but Cody Nikarima.
Well, he passed Tavanga at the end there, Darryl. Sorry, mate.
Yeah, and then gives it back to Jazz. Doesn't get too many. Jazz Tavanga.
Tavanga, the try scorer.
It's lovely to see. Good football, good lead up. Big guys working hard. You and Aitken with a good dart to start with, making good yards, and then Fanua-Blake with a post metre contact and a good 10-15 metre charge after he hit the line, opening up the space, shifting to the edge. Pretty hard to fault if you're in a Warriors coaching box. Not so if you're in a Titans one.
Well, it's been coming, Daryl, it's fair to say. Warriors with the better of the opening 15 minutes or so in this second half as Nikorima makes no mistake. So a selfless act by Nikorima giving the try to Tavanga. And Daryl, you spent some time with the Warriors as we have a look at the replay. Fair to say Tavanga is one of the heart and soul players of this Warriors team, isn't he?
Oh, he's one of their buy-in players. He's a player that'll fix a hole for you. And he's a bit better than that, actually. He loves the contact. He loves the aggression of the game. He actually really loves taking other players out of the game. So if you've got a real hot player like David Fafita, he can do a job on him for the day if you want that to happen. But that sometimes takes away from what he can also add to the game by being too sort of sole-focused. But he can have many roles in a team for you if you want. Jazz Tavanga, you know, his competitive nature outside of his skills is probably one of his strongest assets.
From Christchurch originally, Jazz Tavanga.
Yep.
Debuted in 2016.
Then he was up to Papatoetoe in the county's Manukau area. Played in a lot of NYC under-20s teams for the Warriors. His dad was in the SAS for a few years, so he taught him a couple of great lessons in life. There he is, a dummy half, offloading to another county's Manukau player, Ken Mamalo.
Speaking of counties, Manukau, correct me if I'm wrong, Chuk, that's Jonah Lomu's team, wasn't it, back in the day?
That was it. Big Jonah was there. God bless him.
Now the Warriors now, Tavanga a dummy half.
So impressed with Jermaine Tonoa-Brown. I mean, I know he was in the Newcastle system for a little while, in the Melbourne juniors as well. This is Ben Murdoch-Nasilla with the charge on the right edge. Looks like where he's going to find his home.
O'Sullivan now, the left footer. Yeah, Tonoa-Brown has been, along with Fanua-Blake, one of the two Warriors' best so far today, as we see the kick from O'Sullivan out on the full.
That's a poor kick. The kicking game's been good. Found space, found 5 metres out from the line. They've had good chases on it. Had plenty of time to kick that ball too, Sean. No real pressure on them. Anyway, everyone's human.
So that'll be the break, the interval, if you like, the drinks break. They call it 20 minutes in to the second half here at Oaks Oval. It's 12-all. We're all locked up here, Daryl Halligan. The Warriors have taken it to the Titans thus far here in this second half.
Yeah, they certainly have. I mean, Jared Wallace on screen here, but Adam Fanua-Blake just was out of screen there. And I just wonder, I don't think he's had a breather yet. So he's played 60 minutes straight, Adam Fanua-Blake, which is big minutes for the front row. Maybe he gets a spell now, and they put him in a bit of cotton wool. I wouldn't be surprised if Peter Hiku dropped back into the fullback role for the Warriors, and they give Roger Tuivasa-Sheck a little bit of a spell in this last 20. However, I'm not privy to what Nathan Brown's going to do, but I'd certainly have someone like him off the football field in the last little bit of it for the next couple of weeks.
There's the Warriors on screen, and well, hopefully we get a look at your boy Rocco Berry in this final 20 minutes, Daryl, and also a couple of other young guys there on the Warriors bench. I know Hayes Perham had a great final game for them last season, so interesting to see which players do come on in this final 20. Yeah,
Rocco Berry and Hayes Perham obviously spent all last year with them at Terrigal, and they were better off for the experience. That's Rocco there in jersey number 17. He has actually only played one game of rugby league in his life after playing rugby union, so be it in New Zealand. Rocco had some back issues last year, which sort of like held him up a lot. Didn't do a lot of training, but he's sort of strengthened up through the pre-season, got him in good shape in a couple of contact trials over the last couple of weeks. He's been hit a couple of times and had a couple of runs and got up and seems to be moving really, really well. So without putting too much pressure on the young kid, really looking forward to see him going. Hayes Perham sort of debuted last year and ended up with 9 games for the Warriors, come off the bench a couple of times, filled a couple of holes, plays sort of centre and wing, but is good enough to play half and possibly can be groomed as a fullback as well. He's from Taupo.
He's from your neck of the woods.
Yeah, he was Rotorua Boys High School, which is a really good rugby school and well known in the area. So he's got plenty of skill and talent, and his years are getting, you know, he's got a couple more in him for sure, but he needs to start showing something shortly as well, 23, 24 years of age. Sometimes it takes that long, you know, when players like Anthony Don is 33 years of age and he didn't really get a crack after going through the grafting, you know, ghost trial, what you talked about before. until the age of sort of 24, 25, and look at him now, he's played 145 games or something.
Beautiful night for football here in Lismore. As we get set for the final 20 minutes here, Titans and Warriors all locked up at 12 apiece. As we alluded to earlier, these two sides will actually meet in a fortnight's time in round 1 of the 2021 Telstra Premiership season. So interesting 20 minutes coming up as a preview to round 1 when they'll meet again. It's been the Warriors having the better of it in the second half, and how will the Titans respond here? They've got the footy and they're attacking now in Warriors territory.
Fresh legs, fresh energy, fresh halves as well.
Josh Space! Back here. Go through.
Got Beau Fermor on in jumper number 18.
Yeah, with a fresh haircut with the mullet.
Back foot. Go 4.
And a few other players as well we'll get a look at here as the Titans. There's Tanner Boyd, who's on in jumper 19 as Thompson retreats.
Stand, last one. Hold here. Go.
Last tackle. Tanner Boyd keeps the play alive here.
Hold. Change over.
And that'll be a changeover.
Oh, a little bit of direction lost in the communication here with a change in the halves for the Titans. Who's in control? This is Adam Wettery, Pompey.
Stand here. Markers. Hold here. Go. 1.
Here's Hayes Perham jumping into dummy half.
Perham from Tarpo.
Back foot here. Wait. Go 2. Good 2.
Has played some 5'8" before. You can slot him in the centres. Here's Pompey again.
Hold here.
And as I thought might happen, that's Paul Turner there on the football field at hooker. Offload to Curran with a nice hit and spin. Peter Hiku, I think, has dropped back into the fullback role. Roger Tuivasa-Sheck has a breather. This is Leeson Armal.
Last one right there, Leeson.
You mentioned Paul Turner. He's in jumper 18. Made his debut only last year for the Warriors. He's on the paddock as the kick comes in. Well taken there by Philip Sami.
So Hayes Perham has jumped into the halves as well. He took the ball at first receiver there, then offloaded to Cody Nikarima to deliver the kick. So Sean O'Sullivan has got a breather as well. There's Rocco Berry here. Bumped off and coming again for a tackle. So he's at right centre.
He'll be in the 17. Well, he is in the 17, Rocco Berry. Now they're taking down Jared Wallace. So the Titans, Clark to Boyd. Tanner Boyd with a darting run, wrapped up by Nikarima. Wallace again, dummies and takes it to the line. Harris, Talnoa Brown and Armal were there for the New Zealand Warriors. Last tackle. Locked up at 12 all here. The kick from Beau Fermor, and taken there by Herbert. And Patrick Herbert, he went to plant the ball down and he lost control.
Just about got it to the ground, hit a foot, I think. No contest. Not the tallest in the world, Paddy Herbert. Let's have a look. Up he goes, gets the inside running there of Peter Hiku. Adam Pompey didn't want a bar of it either. It's probably Adam's ball with his height. It's a similar sort of unit to David Fusitu'a without putting too many reps on him.
A wonderful defensive play from Peter Hiku.
First run for Rocco Berry. His first touch, followed by Hayes Perham, a couple of the guys we talked about in the break.
The 21-year-old Perham, he played it there, and now it's with Armal, who received the pass from Harris.
Go 2.
Tavanga, Nikarima. This is Paul Turner.
Must be slipping into the lock roll, Paul Turner.
20-year-old Paul Turner. Here's Tohu Harris with a bit of footwork at the line.
He moves beautifully, doesn't he? Just beating players with ease.
He makes it look easy. You're not wrong there, Chook, as the Warriors through the hands. Looking really dangerous here. Played by Perham there. Here's Nikarima. Sorry, it was Rocco Berry, rather. Nikarima with the kick. They couldn't hold it, the Warriors.
Rocco Berry just got there a little bit early on that right edge and sort of stumbled into the line and was nearly falling before he was tackled. If he'd held a little bit of depth, might have been a good chance of scoring a try, and then the kick come across and it was a little bit messy, but the Titans get out of jail. The shift to the left, no one wants it.
Hold! Off the ball! Hold him, mate.
Well, you mentioned no one wants it. It certainly appears that the New Zealand Warriors want the footy and they're prepared to do the hard stuff a bit more than the Gold Coast Titans at the moment.
Go for.
That could change very quickly, as we know. But the Warriors well and truly back in this one. 12 all, just over 15 minutes remaining. That one's gone high, Darryl. We're going to have to call into air traffic control. It went that high. Taken by Herbert.
Yeah, this is Peter Hiku.
Sorry, Peter Hiku, rather. Yep.
It was a good set by the Titans. It was simple up through the middle and to get a kick on the end of it. After a messy start to the first two plays.
Wonderful defensive play from Peter Hiku there against Patrick Herbert. Here's Montoya. Kane Evans is on. Fiji international, along with Montoya.
Good stints at the Roosters and last few years at Parramatta.
On the 40, the Warriors, last tackle, Nikorima. It's a good kick. Be hoping it holds up. And it does.
He's had a good kicking game, or what he's been asked to do with the kicking game here today for the Warriors, Cody Nikorima. He's been given a little bit of space on the right side, as Sean O'Sullivan's delivered a few kicks on the left as well. But he got that one just perfect. Here's the shift again. Titans to their right.
Josh up! Hold each Kane. Go, mate, through.
Now the Titans, made there by Fermor. Clark at dummy half. Thompson, not the pass away. Just over into Warriors territory now, the Titans. Fermor on the last. It's the kick up, comfortably taken at the back there.
Ace Perham, yeah.
Ace Perham it was.
Yep. Did it well. Some of these players starting to suck it in, aren't they? There's not too many that have gone the 80. Cody Nikorima's played 80. Tohu got a little break before. For the Titans, they've managed to spread the workload through their squad pretty evenly. Great offload in traffic.
Hiku it was with the offload, and then they've coughed it up, the Warriors. Turner.
Hiku special.
Turner losing possession. And the Titans back with the footy. So here they go with Fermor, who usually plays a bit of back row, but found himself in the halves tonight. Bo Fermor.
Both teams struggling for a little bit of direction here. There was nothing set for the Warriors, or should I say for the Titans there with Fermor. Here, players on the outside. This is Wallace.
Wallace, he did try to get that offload away. It's a live ball.
There's a good hit late from Leeson Armau, dislodging the football. You're right, the arm come out to somewhat offload it. Ruled it knock on.
Passes it back, and you guys.
Interesting to see who the knock on here is against. He definitely tried to offload it. Did Armau knock it on as the ball came out?
Clock's on.
Leeson Armau's gone in with a shoulder. It's been dislodged. Pretty much gone backwards, you would imagine, from there, unless it's hit and ricocheted off the arm, gone back in, but no replays to pick it up.
Yeah, you need another player. 10 seconds. Hold there, mate. Hold there. You Tyrone, bind him in with your hidden arms.
So the Titans, rather, with another opportunity here to attack the Warriors' line.
Play on, backwards.
Oh, there's an offload. No. 2-0-1.
Stand Kane, here now, here. Hold. Go, one.
So 20 metres out here, the Gold Coast Titans. It was played by Jamin Jolliffe.
Kane, space.
And a chance
Hold you, Leeson. Go, mate, two, mate, good, two.
to find the lead yet again, the Gold Coast side. Here's Wallace, who's been looking for the footy a lot here. High work rate from Jared Wallace. Here's Peachy with a dummy. Reaches out, Tyrone Peachy, millimetres away. Wallace thought about going himself.
Not the person you want at dummy half.
Taken by Evans and Tohu Harris and Peachy. Little kick through. Ball's ricocheted. It came off Hayes Perham.
We have a scrum. Where would you like it?
And it's going to be a Warriors feed.
Yeah, Hayes Perham just basically standing there, and the football's kicked into him and deemed he hasn't played at it. And then a knock-on post, that contact. All things the ref has to pick up in the heat of the battle.
Tough call to make that one.
This one going the Warriors' way. They were due one. Come on, jury.
There's Paul Turner with the footy, the 20-year-old. He'll feed the scrum for the New Zealand Warriors. And here's Montoya. Less than 10 minutes remaining. Still locked up at 12 apiece here in Lismore. Of course, this is the Warriors' first hit out. Darryl, they had their earlier trial cancelled.
They've got some of the other squad playing in Redcliffe as well. Against,
Philip Sami came again for a second time there on Rocco Berry. And the referee said that that's a live ball.
Clock's on.
I thought he'd called it before the actions actually happened here with Rocco. But Philip Sami showing heaps of energy.
Nah, it's too late. You've got to say it earlier. No one's come to me and said it. So
have a look at the replay here, and strong defence there from Philip Sami.
Yeah, ragdolled to the ground. Then again with a second effort, provides a little bit of motivation for his team and a little bit of a pick-up. Turns around and says, "Come on, boys, come with me."
Well, that could prove to be an important turnover. Can the Titans capitalise? Here's Corey Thompson with a dummy and off the left foot step. Wrapped up by Pompey and also Tohu Harris from the Warriors. Peachy, Furmore. They're only 10 metres out now, the Gold Coast Titans. Peachy again. Finds Furmore.
How didn't he get that?
Blade of grass in that one. Peachy again as they centre here, the Titans. 5 metres out centre field, last tackle. Peachy out to Tanner Boyd. It's a dangerous kick as well. Oh, and they're going to get another set of 6 here, the Titans. It was the Warriors' Marcelo Montoya who couldn't hang on, and here's Sami. Sami, who turns, swivels, and held up.
No protection at all for Marcelo Montoya, and he couldn't quite swallow it. Kick was picture perfect. Got there first, but Sami, he was well off the ball. He was nearly right in the back of Marcelo Montoya. Then we see a little bit of footwork, a quick play the ball. The Warriors scramble and hold the Titans up, more possession. This is Wallace.
Well, hasn't Philip Sami come up with a couple of huge plays for his club?
Is that a game?
Particularly in this last few minutes. Furmore had to get rid of it. The Warriors were right in his face, and they've forced the error, the Warriors, through some bruising defence.
Well, they're happy to take the space, aren't they? And make the Titans play. Not the first time we've seen a mistake when they've come up and in defensively here this afternoon. We saw Ash Taylor earlier on under some pressure and unable to find the outside. And here we find the Titans throwing the ball basically to no one. It was a hope pass.
That's fine, Jared. Okay, Kane, hold here.
Geez, I tell you what, if you're a Titans fan, then you could do a lot worse than get yourself a 2021 season membership. Head to titans.com.au/membership today to secure your seat. Meanwhile, the Titans have got it through Peachy, and they're on the attack again here, Gold Coast.
More ball for the Titans. Oh! They're saying the player tackled has been pulled back to the ground. Poor old Rocco Berry's not having a great debut. Simple hit up, sees him lose the ball again. And then off the charge, let's have a look at this. Well, possibly a little bit too long in the wrestle, yes. There's a penalty there.
So the Titans again, they waste no time and they go straight to that danger man, Philip Sami, who evades the effort from Kane Evans. Takes 3 Warriors to bring him down, and we've got another penalty. Do you take the 2 points in a trial game, Darryl? Is that even allowed?
No, it's not allowed. even if you're a good goal kicker. Got absolutely castled here. I think it was Marcelo Montoya decides to come off his wing and inflict a little bit of damage to the ribs. Let's have a look. And he does. He gets Corey Thompson. Well, he pretty much gets him side on and a fair tackle. But the contact has rattled Corey Thompson as he wrapped around the back. And Philip Sammy continues to play on.
Well, just over 5.5 remaining here. And it's the Titans who have had chance after chance after chance. Can they convert? Boyd, Furmore, here it is now with Patrick Herbert. He was inches away earlier. Oh, so close again here.
Good tackle from Pompey. Where's the shift go? To the left. Wallace just charges it. Centre field.
Peachy, Boyd, and once again good line speed from the Warriors. Turner wraps him up. Wallace again. Furmore, dummies. Warriors were there. O'Sullivan is back on the field.
Yeah.
Good tackle from Sean O'Sullivan, one-on-one. This is the last here for the Titans. Boyd, he'll go high again. And this time, can they take it, the Warriors? Montoya didn't handle. And it might have been Rocco Berry there. Well, he did well because he had to clean it up. The Titans were there and could have easily scored, so he saved a try. Unfortunately, couldn't get back into the field of play.
The kick was perfect. The target was Montoya. He goes up in the contest again. Can't control the football. Rocco Berry does good to pick up the scraps, or does well, and then gets into the field of play, but driven backwards. So this is all mounting pressure now here for the last 7 or 8 minutes on the Warriors line. And they've had to hold up the Titans 2 or 3 times, but they're hanging in there.
And it's exactly the type of situation I'm sure Nathan Brown would be happy to see. You know, it is a trial game. The Warriors put under immense pressure. How will they respond? And how good is Philip Sami in the air, Daryl Halligan?
Contesting everything. We haven't even mentioned their best aerial exponent in Anthony Don. This is Sam Lasoni. Loves to lead with that left side. Charges with the hip.
Lasoni plays it Peachy with a dart from dummy half.
What a luxury to have Peachy at dummy half in the last 15 of a match. Just don't know what's going to happen.
Furmore, and here he is again, Jared Wallace, getting through a mountain of work here at the back end of this game. Peachy had Lasoni running through. Furmore with a little kick. Herbert, well, he was going for his 3rd attempt there. But again, was that Peter Hiku stopping him again from scoring?
Looked like the hand of Peter Hiku. Let's have a look. Great play. Defence is good. Line speed was up. It just feeds the ball through the gap between Sean O'Sullivan. Yeah, and did Peter need to play at that? Yes, I would imagine. At that speed, no. Put in the heat of the battle. He does the right thing.
10 seconds.
Good contest. Who's going to break it?
Ace Perham with the dropout. Originally from Tarpo, New Zealand's North Island. So they come back here, the Titans. And how many sets have they had to defend, the Warriors? It'll be a Herculean effort if they can hold on here with less than 2 minutes remaining. Peachy. Wrapped up by Afoa and Harris inside the 10. Here they go again, the Titans. Again, the defence was up to the task. Curran in the tackle, a little kick ahead by Peachy. O'Sullivan grounds it, and we'll get another line dropout. Here we go again, Darryl.
He's at his most dangerous there, Tyrone Peachy. Did a little circle out of dummy half and didn't actually know what he was doing, but that makes him really, really dangerous, because if he does something on instinct, this normally turns into brilliance. And here he gets a little bit checked. Is it Feemore on the outside pushing through as O'Sullivan grounds the football.
What have you made of O'Sullivan's performance, Darryl?
He's been solid. He's played second fiddle to Cody Nikorima. He's been a speed bump a couple of times, but that shows that he's actually up in the defensive line and getting his body in front of some of the bigger bodies coming at him. So he had one kick that he kicked out on the full, which he could put across the side. But yeah, he gets a pass mark. Chanel Harris-Tavita is hopefully right for round 1, so he'll put a little bit of pressure on in that department.
Just this side here.
More penalties.
Yeah, well, they've got a lost ball. It was Greg Marziu, who's in the 21, I believe. One of the strongest players at the Gold Coast Titans, they tell me. Hails from Auckland originally, and Marziu with the error.
Let's go, bring it in.
I reckon he's...
Corey, bind him in, please, mate. Just wait, body straight for us. Okay, bring it, Les. Sammy, watch it. Bring it in. Okay, clock's off, Jazz. Bind him, mate.
They are. Ben Cummins still laying down the law. Break. Yeah, Marziu. They reckon he's an animal in the gym. This is Pompey.
Sam now.
Well, they did really well there, the Warriors, to keep the Titans at bay. And this will be the last play. That's with Peter Hick, who has been one of the Warriors' best defensively. Certainly saved a couple of tries. Full time here at Oaks Oval in Lismore, northern New South Wales. The Gold Coast Titans and the Warriors, 12 points all. It finishes in a draw.